Hello, everyone. How are you?
All right. It's good to see everyone again. It's good to know that you're there and alive. And I hope that you'll continue to want to live. I wasn't going to play a drug addiction clip at the moment. I wanted the sequence to stay, at a specific pace. But however, I ran into the perfect opportunity to run into a female earlier that I had I've been knowing for a few years now. The black cat that you've seen in previous clips. This woman owned this cat. And this woman has been knowing, by the way, about my partying in the past, and being the fact that I partied with her two times before, and I know her daughter. And this cat, which is actually, she's sitting right here on the end of this couch, this woman totally dispossessed her, like in my face, and claimed that she didn't. Well, I'll let you hear the story. But I warned this lady because this lady's known about my spiritual connection for about a year now, and I warned her that things come to individuals who are in opposition of the paradigm shift. There are people walking around who feel there are people walking around, excuse that, beep, beep, beep. There are people walking around who feel that they're exempt from having to be a part of this process. But these people, the same people that experience karma, are the people I'm talking about. Now, these people are a part of our electrochemical magnetic universe. And they just feel they're lost in space. But I am here to realign our thinking, despite what any of you may know about my past, despite what any of you may feel at this moment. And folks, when I give you guidance, you can bet your bottom dollar on everything I tell you, because I know the future. And I want to give you an example of how it is I can give a warning to a person and it comes true, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of the frame here, and I'm going to go ahead and allow you to hear the conversation that took place in regards to the kitty that may even be, I don't know if you can see her. Do you see her here? Hi, honey. Whoa. There she is. Wow. You're a sweetheart. You know that. You really are. Okay. Here we go. So, as far as I'm concerned, that woman don't want rescue. And we shouldn't sympathize with a situation like that. She left this kid for dead. Folks, what I'm doing is talking to my roommate about a kitten that I had to take in a few weeks ago, three and a half weeks ago. There's a woman that I know, and I've known her for several years. I've partied with her on just maybe one or two occasions. And she's about 58 years old. She is a user of men to a very heavy degree. And, of course, the only reason she uses the older black gentleman that she is using at the moment that I know of is for the fact that he is a half-wit. He can't think. He can't even spell.
That's how bad it is. He asked my roommate, helping him to read a letter. My roommate really doesn't want this talked about, but I'm not using any names. So it's okay, sir. So anyways, she uses this gentleman every chance she gets. Now, he's an illiterate black man. This, of course, condition exists for many of us. It's a fact. And, of course, it's a magnetic thing that creates, or that creates, I'll say the word creates, this condition of being illiterate. It's magnetics, okay? And I'll explain that later as we go on, but I wanted to upload this clip for you. It's just a quick conversation clip. So this woman, 3 weeks ago, I'm walking through a parking lot near where I am now, and it's a snow blizzard out. Then I'm on my way back to the house from the store. I say hello to this woman. She's walking with her young boyfriend. He's about 24. He's a black young man who, for all intents and purposes, he might be leeching on to her because I don't see why he would be with her and him not doing crack cocaine and her doing crack cocaine. So anyways, to move on, as I'm standing talking to her in passing, I notice there's a black object under a car. There's two cars that we're in between, and the cars are about 8 feet apart, and we're standing in between the cars. And this little black ball is going from one car to the other, and I look under the car, and this thing is jumping. It's a cat, and I'm like, oh, this cat's at. And it's a black cat. You've seen it in the films. Well, this is the cat I'm talking about. You've seen it in a few clips already that I've uploaded. So I said to this lady, I said, why is this cat under this car and you're right here? And she says, oh, it just followed us from over there by that building. And I said, well, why don't you take the cat home? And she goes, no, I can't take it home. It used to be mine. And I gave it to somebody because I wasn't able to have it no more. Well, what actually happened was this: she smoked up all her rent money a couple months straight, and she got put out. So she went and I guess moved in with this young guy, and they're helping each other out and try to survive and have a relationship at the same time. So anyways, I said, well, look at the cat. I said, it looks like it's going to die, man. Look, it's freezing. It's jumping from one foot to the other foot. This thing could not even, it was freezing so bad. It was jumping around while it was standing in place. I mean, it was bad. So, and it was meowing, and I said, why don't you just take the cat? It used to be yours. It's going to freeze. Can't you see that? I said, I can't. I'm not going to leave the cat here. So I picked the cat up, and I took the cat home, brought it here, okay? I saw this lady 2 days later, and I said to her, while she's at Sheetz, Sheetz is a local convenience store. I'm sure you've heard of Sheetz. And her and this white woman are standing at the Mac machine, and I was going to go to the Mac machine also. And, of course, it was late, and so I'm standing in line, and there's only two people in the little estuary area. I guess I'm not estuary, but in the, I can't remember what it would be called. I'm really tired right now. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and my hours are between 3 and 6. I like to upload a video, and I like to, I just like to have my peace, and then that's when I have the greatest connection spiritually. So, to move on, I spoke to this lady, and I said, what you did was wrong. Do you know that cat, after I took it in the house, it was a skeleton. It was a literal skeleton. You can feel its backbone. You can feel its bones through its whole body. She goes, I didn't do that. The girl I gave it to her did it. And I I said, well, why would you walk past the cat? I know that you're still messing around with that stuff because there's no way a conscious person would leave that cat, a 5-month-old cat. You once said you loved. You once held close to you. You once gave as much whatever attention that you could muster while using crack. Now that you've lost your place, you throw this cat outside. As a result of your own conscious, or should I say unconscious negligence. And you were conscious of what you were doing. When you were living there, smoking crack at the same time and not paying rent, you were conscious of that fact. And you know, I didn't really break all that down to her, but I said, you know, you threw that cat outside because you messed up your rent. And I said, do you know what's going to happen to you because I had to save that cat? I said, what's going to happen to you because I had to save that cat is you're going to go through exactly what that cat's going through. I said, you're going to fall real soon. Watch. I guarantee you. She goes, oh, I didn't mean to do it. I said, hey, it's already done. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have done that. And then you let me fucking pick the cat up off the ground and take it myself. No, I couldn't even take it on, but I still did it. And would you believe, folks, and I have a witness here who knows this woman also. Would you believe that no less than 3 weeks later, this woman is in the condition I told her she would be, and I've known her for years, and she has never looked as if she's being eaten alive by a cancer, but she does now. Am I right, sir?
Yes.
Now, you told me a little bit ago that, because I just saw her, folks, in the building, of course, I live in, and her and another woman were running around doing their thing. And, you know, you run around the halls at night doing that trifling shit that you do. Anyways, when you're too out of control, no self-restraint, no discipline with your life. You know, you hang out and do nothing early in the morning while the cameras are totally watching you. Disrespect everyone around you, as I used to. So you're not alone. Well, you are now because I'm no longer the way that I used to be. But folks, you really look at yourselves. You people still on crack. You people using drugs. You people feeling as if that you're going to find a relief for all the emptiness and the desperation and the agitation that you create yourself, because you will never find it that way. You won't find it through chemicals. You won't find it through materials, clothes shopping, technology. The only thing you will find in that direction, the direction of the chemical, just like Adam and Eve found, you will find nothing but what you have. Divide and destruction. Which brings me back to my conversation with my brother here. You said you were upstairs and you saw her?
Yeah, I saw her.
I can't hear.
I saw her upstairs.
And what'd you say?
I'm the first, you're skinny as hell. Lost weight.
Yeah.
Bad. It was real bad.
I know you don't want to talk about it, but this is something that needs to be shared with people, man. And you know, you say that she's going through enough, and hey, she doesn't care about her own life. And you have to stop being a sympathizer, you black people, for individuals who are literally, blatantly disregarding your community. It doesn't matter what side of the drug they're on. The disregard is something that is paralyzing your minds. And you are the only one who has to deal with it because no one else's mind is more magnetic than yours. Think about a magnet that's dysfunction. Think about the forces that are going to, the magnetic field. It's going to be a dysfunctional magnetic field. Folks, you and I have to realign magnetically. You're going to learn all about your magnetic electrochemical reality, three-divisional trinity reality, very shortly. And you need to brace yourself to find out about you in ways that you can never imagine. But the sympathy has to stop. Because you and I are going nowhere with this process. Our moms, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, our cousins are fucking selling us out. While we're sympathizing for them, we should be sympathizing for the destruction that we've done to our planet, our own house. I understand compassion. Because you and I have been told in the scriptures, for those who believe in the religions across the world, that we're flawed, we're born in sin. And I know that you and I are all, accustomed to, having a scapegoat for the sins that we do. For the sinful nature that we have, for the fractured personality that we have, for the desperate, empty, conscious collective that we are. But those days of compassion, they're over. Those days of mercy are over. Folks, there's been a magnetic tide, a magnetic shift, and you and I have to align with it. Because we don't have any other choice but to correct our thinking before the same thing that came to that woman just 3 weeks after I told her it would, when she's never looked like she does for years that I've known her, partying. The same thing's coming to all of us. So it's time that we redirect our energies and our conscious perspective. And it's time that we change our scope and align that three-divisional awareness with a trajectory that is invincible and won't be blemished and flawed and held back from coming to fruition by the material body we're in and the material chemicals that we disorderly use so that we can move ahead in our selfish advancement. Don't feel sorry for somebody else just so that you can continue doing the dirt you do. We gotta get this shit together. It ain't nobody's fault, this shit we're dealing with, but our own. And we'll talk about more of this later. Thanks for listening.
And I'll go ahead and pick up again here to all of you who find yourself at this moment addicted to a chemical that doesn't already exist in your body. You're only leaving yourself open to disaster because you'll become so entrenched with the idea that it gives you the fulfillment that you've been looking for, and it's finite. It doesn't have the ability to do that. We're going to talk more about the depth of my knowledge. I'm not really going too deep into a rabbit hole yet because, as I said, I want to sequence this. I want it to be a gradual, sequential process. Similar to, the protein sequences in your DNA. And I hope you've enjoyed the show so far. I'm going to go ahead and end the rest of this clip with some drug addiction. But remember, these are the days, the separation of darkness and light. And you and I, we have to go beyond politics. And we have to go beyond our cultures. And we have to certainly align with consciousness. And I'll explain how we can do that soon. Enjoy.
It's the middle of the day in the middle of New York's Spanish Harlem, a neighborhood infested with junkies.
People who you feel are intravenous drug users, okay, either from sight, either from some mannerisms that you might pick up.
There's street workers from an anti-drug agency called ADAPT handing out bleach kits just before our 48 hours began. Bleach, so the addicts can clean their needles.
You take the bleach, put it in the water, you suck it out 4 times.
In most places, works is a verb. Around here, it's also a noun.
It's more important just to clean your works out. The information is really important.
It's what they call... If you share the needle and you have some blood on the needle, you can get AIDS and you can die. And you shoot up anyway.
Right.
Do you share a needle?
Yes, sir. I'm in a morphine program, but I'm using coke.
You're snorting coke.
No, I shoot it.
You shoot coke.
Yeah, I shoot coke. In my veins. It comes with
Who's this?
That's on.
This is your son. How old is he?
3 years old. That's why I want to stop.
He's 3 years old and you're shooting cocaine.
Yeah.
And you're using a needle?
Yeah.
There are enough IV drug addicts in New York to populate a medium-sized city, an estimated 200,000. And the experts say up to 6 out of 10 of them, 120,000 people, are infected with the AIDS virus. Any one of them can spread the disease.
Every time I go to my house, I see my wife. I don't know, the relationship it's not like before. She don't want to have, how you call that, intercourse with me. We haven't even had intercourse for around 8 months. That's a long time.
Well, I'll tell you something. You're shooting cocaine into your veins every day. You say you don't share needles. Isn't she worried about that?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she doesn't have anything to do
She
with it.
told me that she thinks I got AIDS because I got skinny. I lost a lot of weight, and I told her I don't have AIDS. The only thing is that coke that I be shooting.
When did you do it last? When did you shoot coke last?
Yesterday.
And when are you going to do it next?
Today.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Honest. When was the last time you shot up?
This morning around 10.
His name is Manny. He's got no job, no place to live, no money, except what he panhandles to feed his habit. You gonna shoot up again today?
Yes. No.
But Manny is punctual, at least when it comes to shooting up.
I'm just going to take care of my habit. I got a habit. So I'm going to fix myself.
Are those new needles?
These are the ones I use. These are the ones he always use. Okay? So, excuse us.
Look, I gotta tell you, there's a lot of people who are gonna watch this, look at this. And they're not gonna think you're doing God's work. You know that.
And I'm going to tell them, yes, I am. Because this is saving this man's life, and he is a human being. And we're responsible for these drugs coming into our country. These are victims.
Do you know it?
The days of being a victim are over.
I wouldn't know because if I, like right now,
The separation of darkness and light is here. And these people are responsible for their own consequences.
Because I don't want to die. Who wants to die? Nobody wants to die, but now.
This abandoned tenement with garbage all over the place is what they call a shooting gallery. Inside, the junkies shoot up their drugs. What they usually do is pass the needle around.
If I could do it, anyone can.
With blood.
If I could change my diet and align magnetically with an alkaline diet, if I could stop the drug addiction, anyone can.
This is what they call shooting gallery.
I did everything you see here.
Because I don't just let anybody say people I know.
Maybe not that long, but I still tried
Shooting
it.
gallery entrepreneur. His specialty, sterilizing and selling works, then allowing his clients to shoot up right here in his office. What does something like that cost if somebody comes in and says, Doc, I need
$2. Right? And if you got your own set, right, it's $1. If you don't have, it's $2.
Dr. Umar, how in the hell are these people going to survive in a new economy? In your school, the admittance is $500 a child. In a new economy, when all of the parents are dealing with drug-addicted family members and drug addiction themselves as a result of their imbalanced minds and needing to find a way out of their malaise. How will this happen? I love you, by the way, brother, but you need more knowledge. And our people are dying for lack of knowledge.
It's not like people choose to walk away from. I mean, things happen. You have people out here that would really like to be able to turn their world around. You know, and a lot of people don't know how.
What's your message?
And that is exactly what we're here to do. Folks, guide you and show you how. Please, stay tuned. It's only starting. The show is only starting.
You are going to die. Addicts are dying 6 months to a year after diagnosis, okay? So once an addict gets infected, you know, the prognosis is not very good. So basically we want to provide you with the bleach and the cooker and the cotton.
Yolanda, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
It's after 7 at night. We spend all day with guys who shoot drugs into their arms. We're surrounded by garbage and flies and needles. And this is just a normal day.
Just a normal day. Just a normal day.
To marry, to have children, to teach them so many beautiful things, like my parents did. And all that, it's over. It's over. I guess I'm living in fear. I'm living in fear of what is going to happen. And just waiting for that moment, it scares me. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
I want to get started. They ask me. They said, don't worry about it if you're sick or not. You know? Because I know one day I'm going to die. That's what they say. They don't care. I don't care. Simple as that.
It may be more a case of not knowing
Do you
than
care?
not caring.
Are you too unconscious to care?
Ignorance.
I was dreaming to marry, to have children, to teach them so many beautiful things, like my parents did. And all that, it's over. It's over. I guess I'm living in fear. I'm living in fear of what is going to happen. And just waiting for that moment.
This is because we are allowing unconscious men who I commit every ounce of my being to never being again run these fucking streets. And it has to stop. You have 7 years to totally get your acts together.
depression membrane.
That is a warning.
Whether she's got an
Directly from